Hi, yeah, sorry, I'm an idiot. I accidentally closed down Streamlabs. So
wow.
that's why.
Did you break it?
I broke it just a little bit.
Wow, that was amazing. Good job. Oh, Strambitsky, my McDonald's saver. I got a little quick story for you. So we're queuing up in Poland for McDonald's, and some woman in front of us is basically like, "Oh, they're closing all the machines down. You guys should shoo out, right?" And we're like, "Ah, okay, right, we're out." And Strem's like, "No, don't do it. I have a feeling." I'm like, "Okay, well, more or less like that." So we stay to see what happens anyway, rather than having to go all the way back into the mall and queuing up, right? And I trusted Strem, you know? I'm an older guy, I'm wiser, but I trusted him. And then guess what happened? The machine worked. We got our grub, and we smashed out. And he showed me that if you dunk fries into a milkshake, into a McFlurry, that is delicious. I don't care what anyone says. I doubted it myself, but it was incredible. I also felt sick very quickly. I felt sick so quickly.
There we go. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ali sat on one seat, so she sat on the mall and covered it for us. So, all right. Well, looks like we're gonna get our invite from Smash. So let me.
I am in here already. I'll get you in.
Looks like we got it.
You got it. Cool.
I didn't get that.
I'm not talking to you, Alexa. Honestly, put this thing to a wife, I think.
Nada. What the? I was just about to ask where is Nada, and Nada's apparently playing. What?
Playing? Get back to your ESL corner. Do you think this is a game? No,
Wait. What is happening?
I don't know. I don't know why she's here.
Why are there 6 people on one team? What?
I'm really sure. Maybe she was. I don't know.
Okay.
Bit strange.
Smash Dash versus Mariachis. So blue team is Smash and Dash. And the orange team is
Oh my god,
Mariachis.
Pommes? Ali, that's not... No, don't do that. I mean, it's bad enough that we've got, like, fries and chips, but Pommes?
Yeah, Pommes. We call it pommes frites in Danish. So that's pom fries, basically.
Okay, alright. Fair enough.
Wait.
Yes. I'm here.
What is happening? Okay.
Strem, me too, man. Like, adding in fries into a Big Mac is like, it's now a thing. I'm like, why hasn't this got some fried potato in it?
But do you know what you're doing? You get chili cheese tops, and you put that in a cheeseburger, and then you like crush them in there, and then that cheeseburger becomes a good cheeseburger.
Yeah, but like, what one of the contributing things that Ali showed us when we were there for IEM was that if you put fries in a burger, then you basically just like. Anyway, you know what? Topic for later. I'm gonna get too hungry. So we've got Smash Dash versus
Mariachis.
Okay. I have no idea. I'm gonna assume that Smash Dash are gonna smash, but let's find out because you know what? Niles is playing up front at the moment. He is so much better up front than he was when he was a defender towards the end of when I played with him on Ding. Like, he really impressed me when I played with him the other day. Like, all the passing that he had was there, and, you know, I want to see more of that today with Twang Pants. So, it's going to look like this is going to get stolen by a very jumpy Twang there. But it is going to be one job, I think, that's going to control that one.
Is it just me, or is it lagging a little bit?
No, it's not. Well, the stream might be. I'm not seeing the stream, but the actual game itself is not lagging at all. Sender's going to go and put it off Middleman's head. Middleman, an absolute unit in goal. And just to prove it, he wouldn't even let that goal go in by someone else's name. Just to prove what an incredible goal he is. But yeah, if Denials and Twang play in the same kind of way that he played with me the other day in a mixed, then I would expect to see a lot from this team. I really would. Also, if it does start to lag, you can blame Nada for deciding to be in spectate mode as well.
Oh, she's in spectate. Oh, okay. I don't know what's happening, but what is actually happening is Middleman has the disc here, so going for a little bit of a defensive defensive sort of split push here. Not really going for points they don't... Oh, sorry, not really going for the most aggressive sort of thing. Not really double stacking, not doing anything
Nice
like
little
that. But
pass
they're going
up,
for the goal.
straight to middle. Dunks that home for what looked much faster than 13 meters a second when I saw it. But
It did look like an 18, but apparently wasn't.
me in the view that I had at the time.
I gotta wake up again.
Ooh, wait. The people in chat, is the stream lagging? I really hope it's not. I'm not getting any warnings.
It doesn't look like it's lagging. I'm watching the stream as well. It doesn't appear to be lagging, dude.
Okay, it might just be me.
Honestly, it looks fine to me.
Cool.
Maybe
Well,
someone-
speaking of things that look fine, one job Jorgen here.
Speaking of things that say speaking of things, Malaren's casting with me right now. And it's a fast one down to Seer, who's got himself a position. He's going to go for... Oh, that's a difficult one to save, even for middleman. It's low. It's coming at that angle. You kind of half worry that the disc's going to go up through your body and into the goal, which can happen as well, of course. So...
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially since you literally can't save that. Unless you, of course, like, push yourself back, and that just hurts. That just does more damage than you really need to.
I'm still the only person I know that wants the full robot to be like, or at least the chest to be flipped as well, so that you can't pass through the torso like in a real sport. But hey, it's just me that thinks that, and I get shouted at whenever I bring it up. So let's leave that. So it looks like Nars has got possession at the moment. He's going to find Twang, who's going to move himself away, so he's got a little bit more breathing room. He goes for middle, who got a little bit stuck on the block, but manages to get back to it in time. But doesn't manage to get the pass off he wanted, even though Twang with his sensor looks like his arm is out. So Nars is going to have to go for something. He goes for a nice backboard. I actually thought that was a 3 for a second there. And he needed to do something quick because it looks like Twang's arm suddenly elongated in the middle of that round. And he's tapping his arm and it looks like he had a momentary sensor issue, but all is good.
All is back. It might have been the battery that just got sort of pushed out, and you can of course fix that by getting an extra spring and putting it in there. As I think
Not always.
I've
I've tried that myself.
Oh, okay.
It can be a nightmare, it really can. Lighter battery seems to be working for me though. Who knew?
Oh, okay.
So we've got Smash Dash with a textbook split QB there right now. So he's going to look for his option, who is the one job Jorgen, who's on the shield. He's going to go for his shot himself, and he managed to put it past middleman. This is probably the most shots I've ever seen go past middleman in my life. He was constantly just blocking shots from me and Gecko over and over again, but then I think I just answered my own question, me and Gecko. So maybe that was why. But in any case, middleman is a very decent shot stopper. You know, some might say that he's not got the experience up front as an attacking defender, but let's find out.
Let us see. I mean, we'll probably get a bunch of opportunities to find that out in this game, since there's already been 5 goals. I don't know how many. A bunch of goals has already been played, a lot more than we are used to. So it might. One more might be coming up here. One job Jorgen.
He was going for the backboard and he went high again. So poor one job was not sure what was going on there. But he was completely and utterly just uncontested. He just got to float through. And Strem, you're absolutely right. There was no defensive stops. It was just zooming all the way.
Well, I mean, they seem to be doing quite well, both teams. It looks like whoever has possession will get the goal. That's been at least the last couple of goals. That's been the case there. So see if they can get this to happen again.
One job is open down on the floor. He's got himself. Sendo's free. So is Sia. The defense right now is very pushed back into their own half, which means these guys are going to have room to play with, and they're just going to build up slowly if these guys don't do something a little bit more aggressive. Defensively, I would say Kick Puppies are head and shoulders above this Mariaka's team right now, and Smash Dash are going to punish them for that. There was no pressure. The problem is with being like, right, okay, the goal is our goal, right? We got to make sure that we keep that alive at all points, so we're going to make sure that no one gets too close. But if you do that the entire time, it can be inviting pressure, and that's what happened there.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, VRL is streaming today as well, we should probably say. I'm not sure. What games are they streaming? Do you remember?
I have no idea what games they're streaming.
Oh, damn it.
We're not in coordinates with them right now, but I believe they've got some new people.
They do
Oh,
have
good
some
punch
new
out from
people,
Sia
we've
because
seen
Twang
that.
was going to receive that disc, and instead it's going to be one job Jorgen. He's going to find himself with possession, and he's going to go for a clear. Can they get the boost to follow? Mariakis can, kind of. Not, maybe, yes, no, failure. And then leaves it open for the 3. Oh, that was so upsetting. They got there first. They didn't get the disc. The other guy, middleman, is currently in the tunnel. He had found himself in the tube instead of the goal. Oh, that was upsetting for them.
God.
That's not what you want.
Damn, and that means that right now Smash Dash has... They pulled away from this back and forth, and they now have a substantial lead. That is at least 2 goals, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, right now it just seems to be a lot of mistakes coming from Mariacas. How do you say that name?
Mariachis.
Mexican name. Can I say that?
I think Mariachis is better.
Okay, Mariachis then. I'm gonna call them Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
The Three
Marios.
Stooges, whatever. Either way, it's a perfectly decent name. It's only me that's the problem here. Sendo with a good slap then. That was nice and aggressive from him because he knows he's not good in goal, so he is going to get there before he has to be in goal. The disc is free right now. It looks like it's floating towards the disc, bouncing back for someone who would get a 3-pointer, but not if it's going to be the orange team because that's their half. Denials with the disc right now. Middleman with a very slow pass back that doesn't work out for his team. And now it's going to be a wild clear, but Sendo is being really defensive in his own half right now, which is strange because he's the kind of top player for his team and he's sitting back. And now that clear goes all the way there and it's going to be... It's above you, Niles! You can do it! Oh, and he's punched out and now it's going to be Smash Dash that have it. Sendo, Twang was floating and Jorgen is going to punish that.
I think Twang was just trying to go out, just trying to go for the disc because he knew there was a person behind him. He couldn't... Yeah, really no chance of saving that being in goal. He just went for it, and unfortunately that went in, extending that lead to now 3 goals? I can't do math on stream. I shouldn't do math on stream. 3 goals, let's say.
Yeah, so, I mean, right now they're 7 points ahead. You know, they're... Whatever
That's
the
4
math you
goals
want.
then.
They need
Jesus.
4 goals or 3 goals.
That is quite a bit. So, it is looking tough for this first game.
It is again, you know, the Mary team are, you know, they're new, okay? Niles has got a lot of experience with this game, but not a lot of experience up front. He's always been a defender and a very good one at that. But again, I will stand by this. He is playing very, very well up front.
There we go.
Unfortunately, right now, the synergy between him and Twang is not quite as connected as I would expect it to be, and perhaps it's been before.
Yeah, it's not quite
Kind of sat in
there.
the bottom quadrant of the top teams for ages now. You know, for the entire time I joined this game, they've always been like the 6th team. You know, maybe sometimes the 5th, but they've always been there. However, Jorgen, although sometimes a little inconsistent, he definitely has a little bit of an X factor to him as well. You know, they call him One Job Jorgen because sometimes he just has one job, but sometimes that's all he needs.
Yeah, that is true. And sometimes that job just, you know, doesn't really go
We
as
actually count him
expected.
in stages. Like when he's playing really, really well, he's stage 2, and it goes on from there.
Oh.
Stage on Jorgen is atrocious. that's awesome, amazing speed from Jorgen. One job, and see it then. That was his job then, and he got there incredibly fast. That was. I mean, wow. Maybe he's 2 jobs.
Maybe he has an upgrade from 1 job Jorgen to 2 job Jorgen.
Maybe
whatever
that
the
guy
case.
is running 2 employments right now, but that was really, really, really fast from them. And I thought
11 points.
I've been so surprised. I expected this was going to be the score against Kicked Puppies, and I thought the score that we just had with that game is what we'd be seeing now. It just goes to show that with these new teams and stuff, all bets are off. Especially since betting is not allowed and against the ESL rules.
Is it? It
Yeah,
is.
I believe it is. Oh, it's caught by middle. He's going to save it no matter where it is. But then it goes straight back to One Job, who's going to bounce it up, and Denials is going to deny that one. Send it clear, hoping that his team are going to be the first ones there, and they're going to need to stack first. But it doesn't really matter because this round is over. It is Sendo's team, Smash Dash with 17, and
Mariachis.
help me out. Thank you. With 6.
Are you okay,
If I
man?
ever have to say that in like an audio book, I'm as a voiceover artist, I'm screwed.
You're just gonna call me and like hold it up to the
Say that
microphone.
word for me. You'll have to put on my voice, but that would be great.
I mean, I could try. Mariachis. That's the best I can do. So maybe not.
Apparently, that's actually quite accurate because your voice is deep at the moment. But you just sounded like you crossed your legs too tight. You were like mariachis.
Mariachis.
Wait, mariachis. I can say it.
Hey!
You are redundant. You're fired.
What? What?
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Now, again, we've seen some stompy games in this, and we've seen that they don't always tell the full story. So maybe the story will change a little bit now. And it is going to be the mariachis that get there first.
Oh, there we go.
It is the Niles who's going to find Twang. He might have an open shot, but one job is going to do that job, and he catches it. He's going to send it down for a clear. It's got a good bit of force on it, which means an orange guy is going to get there instead. That's a shame. I really thought... Oh, it's straight to Sia! Satorabot losing a bit of focus there because he was enjoying the game too much. That's the problem when you love this game so much. Sometimes you just want to watch it as well. It's cleared down, but no one has scored yet. It looks like it's going to be an open goal. Denials is going to go for it. Oh, and he hits the rim! That would have been a nice three-pointer and a good start for them. And now it looks like Smash Dash are going to clear it, but Middleman is not going to allow that. He's got to tell his team he's got it, though, because they've already gun-hoed away. But wow, Middleman punches out Sia. He's got no time for any struggle. He's just going to straight up say, I haven't got anyone to pass to, so I'm going to have to take you out. Denials has got himself a position, and he will favour that underboard. You see his Niles, he passes and shoots exclusively underarm. And that completely screws people up sometimes because they are not expecting it.
Yeah.
And he is the best at it. Now, I used to shoot underarm for the longest time. And personally now I could never go back to that. I straight up, I do it sometimes if the situation calls for it. But to do it like that all the time, I find it difficult. Niles never dropped it. And if he's under the goal, it might be going fast under it or fast right low. Either way, that's going to be hard to say.
So yeah, one job jogging. Sending it over to Sendo, and Sendo sending it down, but unfortunately that is missed a bit. Middleman won't get it though, but his friend of Trying Pants will. Ooh, while punching out Sia, that's a pretty good one, but...
Nice back pass to Sendo, who's going to look for his guy who didn't stay anchored, but still managed to keep the disc, and manages to get the push off and the shot. That's unfortunate. He was given too much time to work there. He was able to push off pillar, back onto the wall, collect the disc, and push off the wall, and then, punish them as well. I feel like he should have been ambushed in that transaction.
There we go. Okay, I need to keep up with this as well, because it looks like VRL is also streaming Arena today, so I'll just be keeping up with the games we cannot be streaming, but luckily we didn't pick one this time. So, that's pretty good. I think that Synergy versus Kick Puppy, so we'll be able to see that game at a later date. But Middleman here, sending it down to Denals. Let's see if they can go for a little bit more aggression, because I think they might need it right now. Because if Smash That gets a lead like they did last time, it is more or less over since they already won one game. So they need to keep that lead. They need to keep Smash Dash on their toes if they have any sort of shot of winning this. Oh, but the boop shot. Oh. That's a close one.
This is a much more contested game. This was a much more like what I was expecting to see from these two, and it is neck and neck at the moment. And all it's going to take is one good shot. Middleman, you need to finish that. Can you do it? Oh, and it's saved by Sender, but he sends it straight back. He's going to go for the bounce shot, and he gets it this time. He turned a 2 into a 3, and oh my goodness, now it looks like this could be the game for
Mariachis.
That's the one. Because maracas is something else. I know that.
Oh, it's that. I was thinking of what word are you trying to say instead, but it's maracas that's trying to say instead. You gotta say it like you're singing it. Mariachi.
Mariachis! Well, Mariachis right now are winning by a nice backboard three-pointer. Niles has got those angles down, and you know what? I'm going to say I favour him much better as a striker than I do as a defender. Although he still has that bone, which means he can use it if he needs to. Smash Dash building up right now. One job looking for his option. He manages to find it underneath the goal. Manages to get it back to him. He's got another guy waiting behind who sends it back down for another nice pass. Back to Jorgen, who slows down the play a little bit, but only enough to give it to Sia, who puts it away for another 2. That was some great passing by Smash Dash. It really was.
That was. I was starting to get worried they were gonna go for the backlash route, where you just pass constantly and never put it in, which
And hope that
was a
something happens.
huge
Yeah.
problem.
But no, they did smart passing there, and that was really nice to see from them. It really, really is.
That was good. That was good, and they
And,
got it in, and now it's a lot closer. So let's see what either team can do with this. And again, I'm sorry for the camera, but I'll fix that in a bit.
Have you got to do first person?
I have a controller, so I'll do free cam.
Mine hasn't broken yet. I'm so far I've been lucky enough. It's only 1 point down right now. And if Smash Dash gets that disc first, they might be able to punish them, but they don't. It's Middleman, but he waits a little long to get the clear off, which means it's not going to benefit him in the way it would have if he'd have gotten rid of it first. But he is going to be the first one. He retracts the disc back. Now he just needs to find a friend, and that friend is Niles, and he's waiting for him. Ready to go. He needs to find his spot. Niles will not let go of that disc if he doesn't have to, and he didn't. But Twang left it behind him, and now the disc is free. But they left it behind them. What is going on? He's going to go for the shot, and that looks like that might be in. Oh, it's a ding. That would have been a wonderful shot, and that would have been a wonderful way to take over this team. But they are still losing by 1 point now. Twang went for the clear, and those guys look like they're stacked, so they should have it, and it should be an easy 3, and it is. So Niles puts it home, which puts them up by another 3 points, 8-4.
Push them out of the complete one-shot overtake range, which means they can play a little bit more safe, because they
Absolutely.
have at least 2 goals to work with.
I said it. I was like, that first round, it might have been a stomp, but it doesn't always tell the story, and it clearly didn't. This is what I expected. So much so that I just clicked to indicate my passion behind that thought. See?
I can't do that. Hurts my fingers.
You can't click. It's okay.
Speaking of things I can't do, Sia, it was a great shot down Sendo. Sendo going for it straight away. Oh, unfortunate there.
That could have been it. That could have been a wonderful 3-pointer. They need it right now. It's a very strange, odd, awkward little side pass. I think he was more worried about getting punched out than he was getting the pass off. And I can't remember who told me that. I think it might have been Gecko. But sometimes, sometimes it's better to take the pass properly and let yourself get punched than to give a half-assed pass and protect yourself, because your job at that point is just to give the disc to the guy who's going to get the shot, and if you get punched afterwards, it's not a problem. In any case, disc is free now, and they miss it once again. Those guys are going to need to practice. They've got the speed, but they don't have the precision. And now it looks like Smash Dash are retaining control. They've got 30 seconds to get 2 two-pointers, and are they going to do it? It's going to be at least one of them, and now it's 25 seconds for 1 two-pointer, just to bring it back.
And it is in the possession of Mariachis here, so they had a really good chance of getting this out, because they could just slow play. Now, I said this before, and last time I said it only took 10 seconds for there to be a goal, so that might be what's happening again. But I hope not. I kind of want to see Mariachis win this out, because then we'll get a third game and really get to see the full extent of these two teams.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that we've seen enough to really show off the winners at the moment. I really don't think so. I think this game is a lot closer to how it should be, and it looks like they just created themselves an open goal, and he gets it again because he makes it a backboard. That one is going to be much harder, so it looks like that's it. It's going to go to the third round.
That was fantastic. I don't know if you saw it. They had a little bit of a maneuver, I want to call it, that I'll bring up in a little bit. But yeah, this was, I think, this is more or less the second round over, because that's at least 3 goals, and you can't get that in 13
What a stomp
seconds.
that first game was.
Yeah.
They're gonna get the formality of playing out those last 13 seconds. I don't blame them. They're going to get their head straight back into the game to see out this third one now. And to be honest with you, I really don't know what we're going to see. I expect to see pretty much more of the second game, because the first game seemed to be mistakes over and over and over again. Now, teams can make you force mistakes. Like, that's the thing. Like, whenever you play against a team, especially with high pressure, and that's exactly what Slen's team was doing today, you will make mistakes because you're having to pass quicker and more frantically than you want to. So then you can say, oh, well, we made these mistakes, that's why you won. But sometimes you can make the team make mistakes. I would say that kind of happened in that last game, kind of. But,
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least we'll get to see a little bit more here, get some more decisions to actually get that out. Oh, what just happened there? Everybody winning past it, but Sendo in the end getting it out and sending it over to Sia, who will get the first goal straight away.
That,
8
wasting
seconds.
no time there, less than 9 seconds, and they're straight into it, with a 2. But a 2 doesn't feel like much in this game. You know what feels like a lot in this game? A 3. A 3 for some reason just feels like you've got so much more work to do to get it back. Like, even though you don't have a huge amount, it makes you feel like you've got a lot more to get back from.
Well, it's still it takes the potential out of any 2-pointers to even it up. It is just a little bit of a boost there. So just
Tyrant Pants is going to be on the end of that disc as intended. The punch out didn't do anything in that regards, and Niles has got the disc now. He's looking around. He wants to see who's his enemy and who's his friend. He only wants to find his friend, so let's see what he manages to do. Brings it up to Middleman, who was still there at Bowtie, who's now looking for his guy. Back to Niles. It's not the best pass in the world, and unfortunately it's going to be a clear and boost for Smash Dash as they head off to the disc now. They are contested by a very fast burst, but it's not in the right position, which means Sendo's going to sink that for a 3 points and puts him up another 3 against his team, even though they didn't have another 3 from 5 points. 5 points.
That almost bounced out too, because that says long bounce shot, because that just hit the edge of the rim and then just bounced in, so that was almost a ding.
I think there was a bit of miscommunication between those jousters there, because it looked like one of them went for the disc and one of them went for the goal. And I don't know who it was, and maybe I saw that wrong, but whoever went for the disc did the wrong thing. I think the guy, when the goal is open and there's another team in front and it's that close, you go for the goal, because you can guarantee that person's going to take the shot. But if you're not completely sure about that with your team, then it's going to go for another backboard. But this time, Jorgen is going to be ready for it, because he's like, fool me once, fool me twice. And this time, he is going to make sure that that is not put away. And that would have been a really important 3-pointer for them as well. I still think they need a 3. And I think we're going to see more attempts at that. But I think Twang might just go for the basic 2. Goes for a pass instead. That's probably the smart thing. It's given back to him. He's on the shield. He's going to go for a shot. It's an awkward shot, but it works. For some reason, it works. Should that have worked? Probably not.
I mean, but it did though. And this might be the thing they need to kind of push themselves forward and be like, it's only a 3-pointer now. We only need a 3-pointer, then it's even.
That's right.
They
just erased that first shot.
Yeah, it's that.
If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
Exactly, except when it is.
Except for when it is. That's why we're here to point that out.
Exactly.
And off they go again. So we're there. Obviously, Smash Dash are looking for a bigger lead. Oh, and it's a bad bounce, but I think it's not going to be a problem, because there's a fight at the moment going on between Jorgen and the Stack, and he did his job, the one job. Oh, and he went for the shot instead of the pass. See, don't be greedy, man. That was a perfect time to pass to your guy. You didn't surprise anyone, only yourself. Twang manages to get it clear, but that shouldn't be a problem, considering blue guys are the first ones there. And once again, Middle and Denials, they missed their target. That is unfortunate. They're so fast, but they're always missing their target, and that is their problem. But that comes with practice. That, and I'm not sure if they're communicating exactly who's going where and what. That seems to be a bit of an issue for them. C is going to manage to somehow awkwardly put that in, but Middleman is like, no, I'm putting my name on that one as well.
Need those goals, man, come on. And he does. Because they are still 5 points behind. And 3 minutes left. This is more like first round than it is the second one. So I hope that Mariachis are gonna
Mariachis right now are punishing themselves with their boosting, because they're so fast, but they just don't seem to know where they're going. They're missing discs, they're missing goals, they're missing everything. And right now, I've seen them go past the disc more times than I have seen them collect it. So that's something that they need to work on for certain, because they've got the speed, and sometimes that can be the hard part. Speaking of pressure, though, Smash Dash have got their own answer. They've got the experience, and they are going to get the disc, even when it's in someone else's hand. Niles, and again, once again, it's missed, even though it was there for him. It's a ding from Smash Dash. That would have been another 3-pointers for them. But right now, the stacks from Mariachis are punishing each other, because they just can't seem to get the disc at the end of it. One of them needs to stay holding on and jump off and calculate the bounce. At the moment, I think they're focusing far too much on speed. Sia got a little bit of tunnel vision. He tends to do that. As soon as he sees the goal, everything is over, so he gets punched out. Disc is wild right now. It's probably going to be Smash Dash there first. Mariakis, if they do get there, might miss the disc anyway. They turn up, but the race is already over. Once again, they miss the disc, and it's free, which invites the pressure. 2 people from Smash miss it. He won't. Brilliant save, a catch from Sendo, because I'm not sure that was going in. Sendo's going to turn it into a 3.
It's just a lot of, I don't want to say nothing, but it's just a lot of frantic sort of trying their best to get anything to happen from Mariachis. But Smash and Dash really have the upper hand here, and it shows. It shows quite a lot.
It really does.
Still, 8
But the best thing,
points.
the best thing about the mistakes that Mariachis are making right now is that it's such a fixable thing. They just have to work on their control. It's not about the speed. They've connected well together. They've got that speed. They've just got to work on their control. Who's getting that disc? Me and Slyn had that for a little while. Okay, we were so fixated and going on zoom that we forgot that there's actually a target. You know, there's a reason for doing it, and that was often a problem for us. But middleman finding denials, who finds the backboard,
good one.
and he's put himself up by 2. Decreasing that gap a little bit. Will it be enough? Probably not. But a minute and a half,
Still.
it's very possible.
Diminished to only 2 goals now. Still 2 3-pointers, but it is a doable. It is a doable task, and it 1.5 minutes doesn't seem like much, but it is enough to get 2 3-pointers, and they might do it. They're gonna work uphill every time though, as Smash and Dash has possession for at least a couple of goals more. If they get them, so it is
Dash
tough.
going for the fake. Oh, it's a bad QB. This could be exactly what they need, and they've got it this time. It's an open goal. Is he going to get the bounce pass? Oh, and he dings it every time he needs to get that 3-pointer. He's dinged it. It's upsetting, but it happens. I think the additional pressure there was getting to him. Twang couldn't find his option either, so he got punched out. Niles is a very decent underarm shot. Unfortunately, he seems to ding it when it matters the most sometimes, and I really do feel for him. I really, really do. He's been punched out by Smash Dash. We're going to get another 3-pointer. It's fast, it's accurate, and I think this game might be seen out. But look, you know, Mariakis, they know Mariakis. They know what they should know what they've got to work on now. They're a new team. These kind of things comes with experience within your own team. They've got the speed. They just need the precision, and they gave a good round. You know, they basically they
did.
They said, "Look, we've got something."
They very much
this
did,
wasn't
and
a stomp.
they do still have time to. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, this round's more so. I think we can talk a little bit more about the meta of the whole tournament, because they're probably not gonna qualify right now, but they still have a chance to qualify, because we're of course having a qualifier, or the last of the 3 first qualifiers next week, and then after that there's 3 more weeks where we get the next qualifier and all that. So there's still a chance they might do it. I don't think they're gonna do, but if they get their things sorted out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe indeed. It's a misbounce pass from Seer from the shield, but they don't need to do much about it. Right now, they're in pole position. They just need to maintain possession. They don't even need to score. And the pressure from Smash Dash is fantastic. Seer's going to finish this one, see the game out, and they are very Smash Dash right now. Their speed is very Smash and Dash. I mean, they're going really fast, dashing, and then they're getting to their target and they're smashing. But the Mariachis, they've not quite hit their target. But I still see some great things from them. I mean, Twang is a bit of he was a very good player in the old days. He kind of floated off the radar a bit. And, you know.
Yeah, there we go.
I think they're going to call it now for the sake of time. I think overall that was a very good game. Like I really wasn't sure what was going to happen in that last one. But I imagine most of the other games have been played now. So let's check it out.
Well, we still have the VRL Kicked Puppies versus Synergy right now.
That we do, and I hear that they might be a bit delayed, so let's have a look.
Yeah, so you in there? Why in there? No, we'll figure it out later. So, the currently played games that we have the results for are as follows. One Hit Wonders loses 0-2 to In Your Face. That's a little bit of a surprise. Gravity wins 2-0 over Polaris. Team Braindead 2-0 over Next Gen, and Soyuz loses to Ouroboros. No big surprises there, apart from I think One Hit Wonders and In Your Face. Even though In Your Face, we have to give them credit. They have been really good. The few times we've seen them, they've been played like really, really solidly. And just like with mariachis, they have, they have things they need to work on, but those things just come with practice and just playing the game a lot more. So I think it's not a big surprise, but still, I think One Hit Wonders would have at least taken one of the games.
Yeah, very, very likely. Very, very possibly indeed. It does look like the match between Synergy and Kick Puppies is about to end. I'm assuming that they're in the second round now. I think it's Synergy.
Can you give me the link for that so I can keep up with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might be able to keep up with it. I don't know if my instinct can handle it, but we'll figure it out as we go.
I wouldn't necessarily risk it, but I've got it here if needs be. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty much one-sided game on that side, which we kind of expected. That's why we watched this game instead. But the results from that should be entered soon, and then we'll see what the next matchup's going to be, because it's 5 rounds today and not 4, which is so much better. Because
it's 5. Oh yeah.
It's 4. It's difficult.
Yeah, and 5 rounds. Oh goddamn, 5 rounds do seem like a lot. It will probably seem like a lot to a lot of the people that are here today, but that's because we're just used to 4 rounds. It is a lot easier. Now I will have to ask you a question and then go change my batteries because that is apparently low. So I'll ask you a question. How much, on a scale of like 1 to 10, taking into account everything that can happen in the game, how much does being able to team play well and not think about your own, like thinking basically about the game rather than your own scoring or need for score, how much does that matter?
Well, hugely. I mean, one of the main things that happens when you first start playing this game is you learn to play as an individual, because in a lot of these public games, when you pass, someone who gets the disc is like, well, I'm playing this game, and when I play games, it's normally about me. It's, video games are about me. I play a first-person shooter, it's about me. If I'm playing a game of FIFA, I'm passing around a team, but I am that team, it's about me. So people, when they play public games for Arena, they often think it's about me. And they will get the disc and they'll take shots, and that's fine because they're kind of learning the game. But when you get a little bit more into this and you play at a more competitive level, it's not about you anymore. It's about being a complete cog in a system. It's like you're just like a machine, and you do get people that want glory and they take shots when they shouldn't, and everyone is kind of guilty of that, some much more than others. But ultimately, for me, passing to my teammate and then them sinking a good shot because they were in a position and I found them with a good pass, it's way more satisfying than just going, look at that, I scored a goal that was open. Also, the next team, looks like the next rounds are up. We're going to have Next Gen versus One Hit Wonders, Polaris versus Mariachis, Braindead versus the Russian team, Ouroboros versus Synergy, Gravity versus Smash Dash, and In Your Phase versus Kicked Puppies. I'm actually starting to wonder if Next Gen versus One Hit Wonders might be a good game to watch here.
Let us see.
But we need to coordinate with what we're gonna.
Yeah, we'll wait for them to pick a match, then we'll pick one.
Sure.
We'll just get there. Let's see. Oh, it looks like. Just a moment. It looks like it is Gravity versus Smash Dash that is being streamed. So,
alright, so in that case, if it's Gravity versus Smash Dash, then we have got our pick of, we've got Ouroboros versus Synergy.
That might be a good one.
Oh, that's got to be the game. That's got to be the game. Synergy have got answers to questions that were asked last time. So
true. So
let me just throw this down.
There we go.
Let me get the headset on. Of course that's got to happen. Last time this happened, Synergy lost.
Yeah,
it was an upset.
We need to see this. Oh, god damn! This is a little bit slow. Oh, Ouroboros, right? Smash Dash versus Ouroboros. I'll get torn. But there was a little bit of a maneuver that I want to highlight that happened in the last game, where we saw. I think it was Smash and Dash. One of them. I can't actually remember.
Why do you call it Smash and Dash?
Smash Dash. They were a little bit out of position, so they, instead of going for like they were in a double stack, so instead of going for like just going a little bit further. Actually, one pushed forward. Oh, there we go. One pushed off, pushed forward, and then. Goddamn, I can't speak in things at the same time. Then they had a better position and got that in there. That was a pretty good thing. I think I'm explaining it terribly right now because I don't really have it in my head. We should have done that earlier. But we can go back and watch that at a later time. Oh, there we go.
I think I accepted it.
There we go.
I think you did.
So I'm in here. Are you in there?
Alright, I think so. I did the thing. Yeah, I'm in.
Great.
Take mode.
Ah. There we go.
So, Synergy in a much better, stronger position this time than they were last week. Probably might do something.
I mean, I hope they're going to do something. Let's see if it works.
Well, the thing is, Ouroboros have not impressed me today. I'll be honest. I felt that if they played like they did against Puppies, they absolutely are going to lose. Considerably. That being said, we can't take anything from them because they beat Synergy 2-1 the last time they played. They did. And doesn't mean they can't do it again. And if they do it again, then it's going to be one of those situations where the pressure, the two-man pressure that Synergy
well, we're
has.
starting.
Yeah, it's up. The pressure that Synergy has does not work against a team that passes around in a more kind of controlled way. So let's find out.
We also have Synergy here going for a, let's see if they can get this actually fast boost, and they do get it. It quite significantly, but it looks like
that bounce
they
is going
will.
to benefit him, but it's off his head. Lego, lovely little pass back to Matty then. I would love to have an action replay for that. That was a moment of pure synergy. Lego floated through the disc. He had an awareness of where Matty was. He didn't have time to grab it, turn around and look. He just tapped it back to him. Matty was waiting for it, and he put it in. That was a wonderful little back play.
There we go. So, of course, that means our Boers will have possession. They've shown that they're pretty good at that. But again, as you said before, they've had a fair few mistakes, and Synergy does not look to have that many mistakes this time around. So this might be where Synergy can shine through.
Absolutely. Torren with the disc right now. He's got an open goal. Oh, he just manages to miss, but only a little bit. I'm very surprised to see just how aggressive Synergy were. I don't think they're expecting Backlash to take a shot or get the shot. In any case, one was taken, but one was not converted. That wasn't either. Ambient tries to go for it, but Nillywick pressures him too much. They're going to go for the clear, and it looks like Lego and Matty are going for the boost, but they're actually overtaken, but they're not the ones that end up with the disc. Lego is now in possession of it. He's going to find Matty, who's going to build up for what he wants to do. And he's got an easy option, which is Lego waiting on the shield, but he took it a little bit too slow and he got punched out. Now he's going to have to find Lego again. He's going to do it one more time. This time he's going to take no time at all to finish that one. He's not going to make the same mistake twice. And now it is 4-2 Synergy.
I really like this. They're going at it. Synergy is just being as aggressive, almost as they can, but they're just going in. They just want those goals because, I mean, they know if they get, like, let's say another 2-pointer, another 3-pointer, they are good for at least half the game.
Absolutely. But once again, I myself never watched the games last time, so I don't know what happened. I just know it happened. So I'm very interested to see if there's anything left over from this one. But it looks like right now, Backlash are not handling this boosty pressure very well at all from Synergy. And Matty now, they're ready to feed the boost. He just needs to wait. But they don't look like they're stacked, so they're just clearing for the sake of clearing right now. And it'll actually be Backlash that are the ones that find each other for the stack first. And they are going to now be in possession of it and find each other for a pass, which they don't quite manage to do this time. Nillywick's going to get there first. Again, he wants to take the shot, but it's not going to happen as Torren is waiting for that disc. Sundance now looking for his guy, Ambient, who's now got a situation where it'll be a 1v1. But Nillywick is approaching on him, which means he's going to go for the pass back. Torren's going for the top shot. 90 meters a second. He gets it. And now it is a 2-pointer for Ouroboros. And I might be a little bit worried if I was Synergy, because this is at the moment quite close, and they really want to beat these guys. The last time they lost, everyone thought that shouldn't have happened. It will be really upsetting for Synergy right now to lose this game, because this will be the only game I think that they'll possibly lose now. So, could lose, I mean.
And after winning against Gravity, it is a you want to keep that streak going. I mean, that's no matter what, no matter what team you're against. So let's see if they can actually make this happen. Nilawik with the disc here, just going up a little bit too long for my
Same thing happened to me on Aftershock. Anytime we beat Blast, we lost to Gravity. Anytime we lost to beat Gravity, we lost to Blast. We never got to have a clear run. Oh, it's a great little save from Torren. Torren obviously knew that the passing around the back was going to be a problem there, but it looks like Nilawik and Lego are the first ones, and they have got incredible precision when it comes to their boosting. So they are going to be on it, and it's going to be an open shot for Matty, who manages to ding it. Unfortunately, that would have been a really nice three-pointer. But Lego has got the disc for his team, so it's not the end of the world. Nilawik positioned behind the goal. That's a dangerous place. Torren knows that. Yeah, Torren knew that, and that's why he tried to get there before it happened. But it still happened anyway, because Nilawik is quick.
That was beautiful. I don't know if you saw the actual goal, but that was a whole grabbing the disc and then just putting it in the goal. One just elegant motion. That was
yeah, Drago. We're quite fond. We're quite happy that they went for Gravity versus Smash Dash. To be honest, they seem to be leaving us all the ones we want, so I'm okay with that.
I don't know. It's fine. No comment from me. So yeah. Let's see how
Ambient with the disc. He manages to miss the pass down, unfortunately. Nilawik's got the goal open, and he manages to take the three-pointer. You can't leave goals open around Nilawik. He will punish you for them, and he did just then, which means they are now 9-2. And I've seen a bit of a pattern in this tournament so far, and it seems to be that the first round doesn't always tell the story.
Yeah. And there's also another thing, that we've seen a ton of open goals. The defensive play have been not abysmal, but it's been kind of bad in comparison to what we're used to, because Europe has been quite a good defensive region, I would say, better than the rest. But not today. Not this time. It's
not been the greatest, but Ambient is going to go for the shot, which does actually ding, but it dings into a position that benefits Backlash, but only for a moment, as this does go wild. It's a bit of a fight back there now. Backlash trying to stop that stack from getting off. Whoa. They managed to do it for just enough of time. He had an open shot, but he went for the pass instead, which is the Ouroboros way. He went for the shot again. Oh, he manages to sink this one this time. I think it was third time lucky. The thing is Backlash, they are 10% too defensive when it comes to these passing, and they just need to sometimes take these risks. It's okay to miss, trust me.
Yeah.
But if you don't take these opportunities will never be taken advantage of. So that's what's going to happen.
We're unfortunately seeing a little bit of the old Backlash coming out, and go for the shots.
Old Backlash. I've not seen the old Backlash change, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm waiting for it, and I know they have potential. I mean, Sundance is not a dreadful shot, but they play the way they play. They're not a bad team at all. Sundance was able to intercept that. That was nicely. Matt EC will see the point, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. He had a absolute tiny window where he was like, goals open, and he just went for it. High risk, high reward. And I feel like in that position, someone from Backlash would have immediately have gone for a pass and maybe built up and maybe got a 2. But Matty saw that goal was open and he punished them for it. And it was the exact situation that Ouroboros found themselves in a moment ago, but Torren went for the pass.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think we've said this more or less to death, and in previous casts too. You don't need to pass this much. It actually hurts you quite a bit, because it leaves you open every time you pass, and every time you don't pass, people know what you're gonna do. So yeah. Don't pass.
And it's a miss pass as well. Every time you take a pass, you're going to risk a miss pass, another miss pass, which ends up being a pass straight to Matty, who's not on their team. But it looks like Lego and Nilly are not stacked and connected, and Torren takes advantage of Nillywick's speed and gets in front. Manages a bit of a fight. There's going to be a bit of a cluster. But Sonny goes to clear it and then gets it off perfectly well, but unfortunately it's not going to be them that end up with a disc. It doesn't look like, unless, nope, it doesn't happen. Matty gets the slap, and it was a great slap, because now it's in the enemy half. but Sundance is going to be able to pick that up. And now he's going to look for another building pass. And all he wants to do is find his guy. That's a very, very, very difficult pass to get to Torren, though. It's way too wide to the left. He's going to hide instead. Try and surprise Lego, which he is able to do a little bit, but Lego still manages to get that disc off. So now Sundance and Ambient are going to need to do something to get there. I think Torren is working his butt off back there, stopping that stack, which is absolutely essential against these guys.
But I mean, with 7 seconds left, this first round is
done.
It's over.
Backlash had a bit of control then. Lego missed.
Damn it.
Oh, Lego. It's so annoying when you have an open goal and you've got more than half a second to take the shot. That's awful. That is too much time. I never want that much time. I don't want so much time that I'm going to get punched any second. But I want exactly.
You want that
to score.
You want that pressure to not be able to make the bad decision.
Basically, my muscle memory is Boop. I'll be honest. My muscle memory is Boop. My conscious brain is me. So when my muscle memory doesn't know that I'm me, I can shoot. But the problem is that doesn't happen often because I'm me. And me goes, there's a goal open. How do you like to throw? Do you like to throw it overarm or is it underarm? Do you flick your wrist at the end or do you keep it straight forward? Do you keep your palm facing forward? How fast should you throw? I wonder if and that's it.
Yeah, then there's people in goal, then there's no longer an open goal. So that is
exactly
good. Well, not good, but you know what I meant. I meant the thing that we're looking at here. So Ambient with
absolutely Sundance on the roof. He's completely unchecked right now, and he's going to find Torren. Not quite. He finds Ambient by a mistake though with a bounce. Torren is desperate for that disc. He wants to go behind the goal and get an easy one, and he will. And that is going to be 2 points to Ouroboros. And I don't think Synergy are too concerned at this point.
I don't think either. I mean they won the last one significantly. They have the mental fortitude to say, yeah, you know what, a single shot, that's fine. Now we have possession. Now we can just kind of go and be us. And they've shown that before, that even though they're a little bit behind, it's still good.
Absolutely. Synergy coming out with a two-man kind of stack, but it's cleared straight to Sundance, who goes for a pass to Torren, who's going to look for Ambient. He finds him. It might be an open goal. I can't tell. It's not. So he passes back to Sundance. Sundance now looking for his guy. Nice little maneuver back to Torren. Torren takes too much time before he decides to pass to Ambient. And wow, look at the speed on the boosting from those two then. That was incredible. That's kind of what they needed. Unfortunately, once you get there that fast, you sometimes end up deciding to make that pass that fast, and that's not needed. Niliwick is going to go for his own pass now. Lego is punched out. You see, that's the thing. Like they're so good at marking the passes because that's what they would do. That, to be honest, Niliwick could have probably just flown that in. It's very difficult because these guys are geared slightly different to the rest of the European teams. So if you try and do the thing to get around the normal, it's not going to necessarily work. Niliwick's going to go back now. I don't think we're going to see any slow playing from them today, to be honest with you. I think they knew that it's not the most
it is not very
honorable
effective
thing to do, and I don't think we're going to see any of that resetting in this match. Regardless,
I don't even think it's not because it's honorable. I just think it's not very effective against someone who's, I mean, as learned and trained in man marking as Ouroboros. And they're pretty good at picking that up.
This is the second round. Second round. Synergy won the first one, and Synergy want to win this one too, so that they can put that to bed about losing last time. And it does look like Backlash. Ouroboros. I really wish they would change their name back. Are maintaining control nicely at the moment. The two-man stack. Torren is kind of caught on that if you punch them out, it's not there. I think he's figured this out. So now Sundance with a nice finish from a nice pass, and now they are going to be up.
This is I mean, yeah, you said a pattern before. I think this is more or less the same game that we saw last time, in that the first round's a stomp, next round it's backwards and forwards with 2 pointers, and it's been that up till now.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's bizarre, that, isn't it? It's like the first game is like they're feeling each other out, and then the second one they're like, right, we've kind of figured some of this stuff out now, so let's make this closer. Nice little duck from Lego there. I would have been a bit bad if he had been punched out, and it does happen. Lego with that extravagant pass. Nillywick maintaining control right now. Are they cheese triangling? Oh, not quite. I think they're just building up. They are, because Matty's in a good place. He's going to go for it, finishes it. And now it is 4-4. I take it back. I actually think if Backlash Ouroboros were to move up in points, you might suddenly see Synergy resetting on the floor a couple more times. But right now, they don't need to, because these guys can pass perfectly well.
And it's also a little bit of a strategy for getting a little bit of a breather. You can, like, if you're in a triangle on the floor, you can just kind of, just mentally reset, just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna go for the goal in just a little bit. We have a little bit of time.
I think the most a lot of teams do it. I think the most controversial thing about it in this instance. Oh no, that's a horrible pass back from. Oh, Nillywick is gonna punish that. Oh, he doesn't. He misses. What a time! That is not like Nillywick to miss a shot that's close. And unfortunately, that could have been a wonderful three-pointer for them. And I know that is going to be on his mind, but Lego is back in control with it. And now he's going to think about what he can do. And he's going to find Matty. They've got control at the point. Nillywick is in a great position. He pushed away from the guy defending him, and he's going to sink that. But he goes for that slow overarm that he does, where he accelerates it slowly. Sundance saw it coming and saved it. They cleared it. No, it's a misclear. That would have been great. That could have been a 3. That could have been everything they needed. Don't tell me that one goes in. I tell you what, the boosting from Ouroboros is improved absolute tenfold. Like they might like not do it enough in terms of boosting, like clear and boost. But to be honest with you, their actual speed that they're doing, right, is just incredible. Like they've really picked that up. Their pressure when they want to as a 2 is much better. Look at that! It's a complete open goal, and they're just like, nah, I'm not going near it. I'm not even going to risk it.
They're taking that better safe than sorry to the extreme, and that just means you never get the goals.
Sometimes it's just sorry, and right now it is. But I think Torrin, if he can calculate this bounce that's coming up to him, he will be in control. But he's just turning and passing without really looking. He was lucky that worked. Oh, and it's a great save from Matty. That would have been a nice 2-point lead for them. Lego's going to be in charge of that disc right now. He's in the tunnel. He's just going to hold it and see what happens. He's found his guy. Nillywick is open. I'm not sure where Matty is. Matty looks like he might be marked, but now he's managed to shake his defender. So now they're going to do the old floor pass until they find it. Oh, it almost got it then. That's going to be another 2. Oh, that was a great save from Matty there. That is one of those moments where having someone in goal who can shot stop just changes everything. And Matty did that in Aftershock too.
Matty is, I mean, he is a really good goalie.
He's a fantastic goalie. Like when we put Aftershock together, Matty was a striker up front on dealing with me, and when I suggested, let's throw him in defence, a lot of people were like, why? And I was like, well, I've seen when he gets to goal instead of Niles what he can do. He's a great shot stopper. He really is.
Yes, but this also means that now it is 4-6. With Synergy being in the lead.
It was a shot from Torrin, and that would have been punishing if that had hit the backboard, but he didn't. So now they just need to get the 2, but Lego is going to get there first. Sends it down to Nillywick, who at this stage is just like, you know what? Send it out. I don't want it, because we're faster, and if we get to it first, we're going to get 3. But they did unstack, and wow, Backlash, completely back now as a complete team. Somehow all 3 of them are just zoomed back. Matty being a little bit apprehensive now, and he's got to be careful. Lego being apprehensive as well. This is a clear and boost opportunity. If Backlash can finally do a clear and boost, then they will get there first. But they are not going to do it, are they? No! It's an awful shot from Torrin. He didn't really have time. Again, these guys are getting it and they're just throwing it in. But Torrin does get it. And he manages to put it in there. For now, he is 6 for 6. But those, oh my goodness. Like, the problem is right now with Backlash, when they're getting the disc, they're so panicky. They're just like hot potato. We've got to get this out of my hand. But in that case, one of those crazy bounce passes actually worked out for him, and now it's neck.
I think actually I want to say we might go to a third game here if Ouroboros wins this one out, but I think actually Ouroboros are on the back leg more or less constantly. They haven't looked confident at all.
And they're under attack now with just 10 seconds to go. Synergy know they need to do something fast. Why did they leave the goal open? Are you kidding me?
What? Did
Oh
they?
my goodness! I don't know what was happening there, but for some reason, Backlash decided that they were going to be the ones that suddenly won the joust, and that they were going to be the ones that were going to get that point. And instead, they left the goal open against Synergy. I don't know what on earth they were thinking, but unfortunately, that does mean game is done.
Game is done. Yeah.
That's now a 2-0 to Synergy, and that is what Synergy wanted.
That was. I mean, I think they just both went for an aggressive strategy. They were both like, we're gonna get this last goal, and
I really need to learn to be more neutral in my opinion. But as a player, I cannot fathom why on earth they would go full ham aggressive against a team that's just much better at shooting than they are. And that's been beating the joust. Their best option there would have been quite simply to just hold out. And 25-5. Yeah, that sounds about right for Gravity versus Smash.
Oh my god. Yeah, for anyone that's wondering, Justin said earlier, I think the guys are taking their frustrations out on Smash. It is now, with 1 minute left, 27-5 to Smash. Yeah, that's not as close as this game, which was a fantastic game. And as you've said like a couple of times, these were extremely close, even though it's 2-0. Every time, I think the first round, Synergy really surprised Ouroboros. They were really aggressive in almost everything they did, and that got them a huge lead. I can't remember how huge it was, but it was big. It was like 9 points. Here, not so much. It seemed like Ouroboros were trying some stuff out, but they were always on the back foot, always under attack. They were always kind of just going for frustrated and just panicky sort of moves. I think they're used to being able to kind of pass around, being able to play a little bit slower, especially versus Gravity. They can play a little bit slower, but not against Synergy. Synergy have shown that they are extremely aggressive if they need to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Synergy right now look like just a stronger version of what Aftershock were, and Backlash haven't really improved a huge amount from when they play. And to be honest with you, the score that we just saw was very akin to an Aftershock versus Backlash game. It's usually quite close because they're very contrasting strats. Aftershock and Synergy had a kind of clear and boost format, and you know, and Nillywick and Lego are so confident with their boosting. If they see the other opponent with the disc, they're like, yeah, clear it, I dare you, because they're confident they'll get there first. But I'll tell you what, Backlash are fast, really, really fast, and their control isn't that bad either, but they have these opportunities to clear and boost, but they just decide they don't want to, and sometimes that's the right thing to do. And right now, Synergy have got a good balance of passing and clear and boost, whilst Backlash are still sticking to just passing. They don't have that, okay, we've punched you guys out, let's do it, let's clear it, and you to zoom. No, if they punch a stack out, they're still going to try and slowly, methodically zigzag that disc through the arena until eventually they're in an attacking position, and that's not necessarily the right thing to do. So
yeah,
it's a shame. It's really a shame. I feel like they really just need a coach to just really explain that to them. But then again, it is just my opinion. It's not fact. All I know is they did really well in that second game. They were just a little bit panicky, and I just think they could have easily have taken that round, or at least not made it so easy. That should have gone to overtime. Yeah. But they left that goal open.
I think in this case, both teams probably should have been defensive and going for the jousts, because I think Synergy had won out most of the jousts, so they would be better in a defensive position. And Ouroboros know that Synergy are really aggressive, so I think just both teams went for a little bit of a weird decision, and it worked out for Synergy, as it should have, with both teams going aggressive. I really think so. But no matter that, I do want to say one thing you brought up with trainers, in that, I think my opinion on trainers is pretty clear. It's like having, it's basically essentially the difference between streaming and playing, in that we can sort of see the whole game. We know what is happening, and when you're just 3 individuals playing, you can't see you can't necessarily see where the setup failed, or that pass was just a little bit off, or
Yeah, exactly.
All those
things.
And
that's why point of view is so difficult to stream from, because cast from, because you only see what they're seeing, right? But there is actually
there's a lot more going on.
That's right. There really, really is.
So
So our predictions for the next matchup. I really, 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 really want to see Ouroboros versus Gecko's team. I think that's going to be a really good matchup. I'm not sure what else we've got left other than that.
I don't know.
For a good game.
Just so we're all on the same page. Right now, the scores that are in our next gen lost to One Hit Wonders 2-0. Team Braindead 2-0 over Soyuz. Synergy 2-0 over Ouroboros. In Your Face lost 1-2 over Kick Puppies. A little bit surprised there, but not too much. We need to also keep in mind that VRL is probably going to stream one of them. I think. Wait, I have that information somewhere. I think. I don't have that information somewhere. Okay. They might be streamed, and if they're streamed, then we unfortunately can't really predict anything. But yeah, I think you're right in that if we see Gecko's team, that might be good. Also, maybe we want to see a bit of Polaris.
Yeah, maybe. To be honest, what we really need to see is would be nice to see Polaris or Gecko's team. So whichever one of those two we feel has the strongest lineup next, and by strongest I mean what we can only predict to be best. Like I would love to see Ouroboros versus Gecko's team, or Polaris versus maybe Kicked Puppies. I don't know if they've played, but either way, for me, that is kind of what I want to see. But we'll have to obviously collaborate with the VR Challenger League guys and see what they're doing. And right now, they've got a game. They've still got their second round versus Smash Dash.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's probably not going to go to the third. Let's just say it like that. Oh, I need to close this.
Yeah, it looks like I'm tempted to cast over the cast. I'm just gonna mute their stream and cast it.
God damn it, man!
I'm not gonna. Don't worry.
It's gonna be double delayed for people.
Interesting.
I can't see it. I'm guessing it's not as interesting as it is just Gravity being kind of frustrated with themselves in the matchup in the first round, and just as Jesse said, just being aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, Well, there's not much to say about those games. Synergy won fair and square. The real debate that will happen after this tournament was it slow play? With 3.5 minutes left to go, is it this mental reset thing that Lego said? That is going to be between the players and the teams to argue about. I've already kind of given my opinion on it as someone who does play the game, but right now,
I think. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Okay, I think honestly, based on what I usually see in like tournaments, I never feel like the first game anyone plays is representative. Almost ever in a tournament.
Well, I mean, there's like it can and it can't be. I think in this tournament specifically, it hasn't been necessarily. But at the end of the day, you have got a team that on paper is good for this reason and on paper is bad for this reason, but you also have to factor in mistakes. Like mistake ratio is one of the things that's not really thought about. Like for example, when it comes to missing passes and things like that, some of the lower end teams are going to be known to mess these passes up, but it only takes one messed up pass to completely change the outcome of a game. Yeah. One bad clear and boost, one bad clear, one bad pass, one ding, and that's it. And that's all it can take. And when you've got a close game, that can be the difference, And it can also be a decision thing. Like, Backlash saying, screw OT, we want to win it before OT. Let's all go ham, all three of us. Maybe we'll win the joust this time. That didn't work out for them. And I don't know why they thought it would, but, how it is.
It's an interesting decision. Not the one most people would have made.
it didn't work out. Let's just say that much. But you know, who knows? Maybe it will another time. Maybe they had an idea. Maybe, you know, we don't even know what's going on. There might have been something that we didn't see that they were trying. But it does look like Gravity and Smash Dash have finished their round now. And quite predictably, it was 2-0 to Gravity. So
Really?
I think that was the last one that was holding us up. And we are going to have our next ones coming up. We've got Brain Dead versus Polaris. Puppies One Hit Wonders. Mariakas get Ouroboros Team Gravity. Synergy versus Smash Dash. I'm thinking Polaris and Team Brain Dead. It's got to happen. We haven't seen either of those guys.
Because Ouroboros versus Team Gravity is going to be streamed most likely. So
Yep,
Brain
so
Dead versus Polaris is.
Let's go and see these guys. This will be perfect.
Yeah. You messaging people?
I've messaged them.
Hey. Well, I mean, I'll just keep it up here. It looks like we have information in just a little bit about who is being streamed. So, but yeah, if you could message them, that would be great.
Yeah, I've messaged them. They're gonna invite. So, fine.
Lovely. Nope. We can't stream that one.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
That's the one they're choosing?
They are choosing that one.
Oh, come on. Oh, well. Alright, fine.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be streamed, so that's fine. Let's see. Ouroboros versus Team Gravity.
Okay, in that case, we could go for the new. What about In Your Phase versus Next Gen? Or, you know, yeah, we haven't seen either of those guys. Team Gravity versus Ouroboros might be interesting.
I feel like, yeah, we should give Ouroboros their due because we haven't shown them for quite a while. So let's get that in there.
Okay, let's do that again then.
Wait, spare match. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, let's do that.
Or I'll take these guys instead. Oh, I really wanted that gecko, and to be honest, as long as that one is streamed, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it will be streamed, so that is good.
That is the main thing. As long as it gets seen, that is all that matters.
Oh, do you know what? What is
VRL are going to be streaming you guys instead, so
yeah.
Don't worry about inviting us. Good luck. Remember,
The 5th of November. The gunpowder, treason, and plot.
Okay. We just
There
need
we
to get
go.
an invite from these. Did you get an invite?
Yeah. From Vitrax.
Yeah. He's pretty good at doing that.
He's a support player in every sense of the word.
In every way, yeah. When they finally realise they don't need Jazzy, Vitrax is going to take over. He's going to be there in his manager suit. You'll see. You'll all see. Oh shit, I didn't put myself in perspective. No, I'm special. Okay, I've got to do this without.
There we go.
Yeah. Do it. Sitting on my head, not actually.
Sitting on your head. What?
No, me.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Lemon pokey, let's go. What we got?
Well, we have Ouroboros versus Team Gravity.
Alright, so now Ouroboros are one of those teams that can get stomped or they can hold up better teams. And that's what's interesting about them, because they sometimes get stomped, they aren't considered that better team. And I'm only comparing them to, say, Synergy or, say, Gravity. However, with their passing and their general team structure, they have got the ability to hold up other teams. And holding up, I mean, like, sometimes getting wins, taking rounds from them, stopping goals, and keeping it close. So let's see if Gravity are gonna deal with that, or if Gravity are going to say nope. We're
Well, if
warmed
they-
up now.
If they keep up their steam, it is gonna be another stomp. And well, I mean, it's tough to say. It does win out the joust for Ouroboros, though.
Yep,
Gravity will
absolutely.
keep
But
possession.
unfortunately, Boop's going to be there, ready to go. It's an open goal for Viatrax.
Oh.
But he's Viatrax, so he does miss it. It happens. And now it's going to be a free disc. And it might just be the Ouroboros that get it first. And now they're going to go for a stack. But look at that. Afantera punched the one out that mattered. And now it's going to be Boop and Viatrax. But it goes off Viatrax's head. Oh, that was upsetting. But Boop gets it again in no time whatsoever. So that's not going to bother him at all. Afantera with the disc right now. He's going to look for his option. Boop's nice little fake from Boop. Then he managed to.
And-
Oh, that was a fantastic play. That was incredible. What he did then was beautiful. He did a fake pass, which actually launched Torren out of his position, and then he took the shot. It's that level of play that you just don't get from everyone. You really, really don't. Because if he hadn't have faked that, when he took the shot, it's very likely that Torren would have jumped in the way of it. Torren's quite a tall guy, he's got good reach, and he's quite good at intercepting. But he actually sold him away from his block first, created the gap, and then took the shot. I like that.
Yeah, so he is a. I mean, Boop is just a fantastic striker. Just, I mean, this
Yeah, but
is
there's
known.
shooting, and then there's creating your own opportunities to
Yeah.
shoot, which is what he did there. That was that's what is the additional X factor to someone. I can't stop saying X factor because that show really annoyed me. But the X factor actually used to mean just like the special something someone had, and now it's just a stupid show where people sing and talk about their family and stuff. So let's stick back to this. Sundance building up right now. It's a
Oh.
complete missed pass to his guy.
Straight
It does
through
look
Ambient.
like, unfortunately, that Gravity are not able to get the disc as well, though. But Afantera sniffed it out and found it. And is it going to be Boop that gets it? He's the last guy you want to see with that disc. Oh, but it's saved by Sundance. And now they're going to do a bit of clear boosting of their own. But Viatrax is going to get it and then passes it back down to Sundance, who then managed to get it to clear. Now it's going to be a clear and boost race. And Boop is going to win that race with Gravity in possession. He's going for his own kind of clear. It's not the best clear in the world, unfortunately, which means Sundance and Torren are going to be, or Ambient and Torren are going to be back in possession. Sundance goes for the shot. He goes for it too high. He hits the rim. Afantera is going to say goodbye to that disc. And now it's going to be another race. And I have a feeling that it might just be the Ouroboros that get there first, and it is. So now it looks like a build-up that's going to have to be slowed down. This fast-paced play is not working out for either teams right now. Viatrax with great pressure. Another misplaced pass to Ambient. Viatrax had the chance to shoot. Oh, what is he doing? I think he dropped his controller or something there. It completely swung round. That is one of those moments that I know all about, and it's very frustrating. He did have a better opportunity for a shot, but he waited a little long, unfortunately. But there might be something going on. Look at Boop, just selling people at the moment. He knows it works, and he's going to keep doing it. Viatrax with a wonderful finish from a good pass, and it's going to be 5 to Gravity. So
Again.
Viatrax is one of those other people that's a little apprehensive with his shooting, right? It's
Yeah.
lost a little bit of confidence, maybe, or maybe he's just more interested in maintaining possession. Let's be more fair. But again, he sometimes will miss those opportunities that someone like Afantera or Boop or Matty will punish you for. And I don't know if that comes from shooting confidence, maybe.
It might be. It might just be, that he doesn't get those opportunities quite as often. But what I do want to highlight a little bit again is Ouroboros.
It's intercepted. Sorry to interrupt you
God.
there, but this is going to be. He gives it to Viatrax, who once again doesn't punish them. That's exactly what we were talking about. Boot could have taken that shot. He would have taken that shot, and he would have scored it. But he opted to give it to Viatrax, and Viatrax is like, "Don't pass to me. I pass to you." Afantera, bit of gymnastics, lands back into Torren's hands.
That was a missed opportunity there, because that was a great intercept that just didn't go anywhere. But at least they have possession, and they're going to keep it for a little bit as the pass goes to Afantera.
Afantera is going to find his guy right now. He's got a bit of pressure, but it's not a problem for him. Unfortunately, that pass wasn't going to make it straight to Boop, but Boop takes out the guy that was a problem for him very quickly. But he's got someone on him. I'm not sure if he got that warning in time, but now it's Viatrax who's got to do something quick, but he doesn't manage to. Afantera, however, finds that disc and puts it away. Afantera has got very, very fast reactions.
Yeah, oh my god. But
If Afantera had the reactions in fighting in real life like he does in Echo Arena, he would cause most people a lot of problems. I'll tell you that much.
Jesus Christ. But what I do want to say is that Ouroboros doesn't seem to have recovered just quite from the last game, because they're not comfortable yet. They still look kind of frantic and kind of they're looking for shots maybe a little bit too long and
it's
making mistakes
again.
like that. Oh,
They're never going to let you talk. Oh, it's missed, but Boop will put it in for the 2. Every time you start to say something, that Gravity's like, nope, sorry to interrupt you with this amazing intercept, Malaran, but we need to show you we can do something.
they're just speaking for themselves. I'm trying to compliment them, and they're just complimenting themselves. I mean, what
They're
can
like,
do?
you know what, Malaran, that's great, buddy, but we got something to say. This is the thing, right, is
man.
that if you are good enough with your timing and your stacking, then you can easily just catch those discs. And I don't think anyone has done it quite as much as Boop.
There we go.
Sundance going to be a little bit more delayed with that pass this time. I think he's learned something from the last 2 times it was caught straight out of the air. And now Ambient is going to find himself uncontested with the disc. But now he's got that congestion, but he's smart. He's holding it. He didn't buy into the cell. He didn't pass it, or that would have been a problem. Sundance doing a little bit of gymnastics of his own, gets under the goal and manages to put it away for a 2-point, which isn't much at this stage, but
No.
could be something.
7 points. It is three goals at least, and it is 1 minute left. You're 7 points down versus Gravity, and you just lost. It is
and
not
you're not a
gonna
team
be...
that. You're not exactly the team that's known for crazy 3-pointers and fast counterplays either. You know,
Yeah.
it's the controlled build-up team. Ouroboros, they're the team that when they have the lead, will keep the lead maybe. But it looks like it's going to be an open goal for Boop. Boop will always punish an open goal, and now it's going to be 3 points more, 12-2.
Come on, keep your head straight, Boop, or Ambient, whoever I'm watching. There we go. Yeah, I'm on free cam again. Sorry about that, but the bug is unfortunately
Is
still...
yours broken again? I
Yeah.
don't want to curse it, but I've been very lucky, man.
It's because
very
I
lucky.
think it's because I changed camera quite a lot. That might be it. I don't know. That might
Maybe.
be.
I mean, I'm for the sake of cussing, I'm not changing too much. Sundance got himself the disc. He's going to hold it a little bit. He doesn't want to have that horrible thing happen again. But what happened there? That's going to be collected by Afantera. That belongs to him now. So he finds his guy. Boop's going to look for his. Oh, no, he wasn't anchored. It wasn't quite the perfect pass. Firetrack's fighting hard to maintain possession, and he does win that fight, and therefore he wins that possession. And now Boop has got himself in a situation where he only has to do a little bit of work, because it's one... Oh! That was a nice interception from, I think it was probably Torren. Yeah, he does that. He knows that if it goes behind the goal, it's a problem. But by the time Torren gets the disc, everyone's set up. You got Viatrax on the W block, as we're going to call it. Oh, what's he going to do? I thought he was going to take the shot then. Ambient's going to look for Sun, who's going to push it straight in for a consolation point.
Yeah.
2 points, and I think if they're smart, they'll probably
probably
hit that reset button. Not the worst play from Ouroboros, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, this wasn't. I wouldn't call it a stomp, but
no, but it is Gravity as we know them, and Gravity as we know them are just a step above more or less everyone. It is a
question is are they a step above Synergy? I mean, we've got many weeks in qualifiers to determine that.
Well, we got one more week to determine the first one.
That's true. That's true.
So we will find out next week whether they're actually better than Synergy. Is
next week a qualifier?
Next week is the end of the 3 first qualifiers, but Viatrix and Boop get stunned out, so they...
what are you doing? These guys need to communicate with each other a little better. This is the problem with closed comms. As you know, he's up somewhere when he says I'm up, but you don't know exactly where. And looks like Backlash is still able to maintain control of this disc right now. But there's a lot of floaty people going on. Oh, it was good pressure from Avantera. Torren looked like he had a position to do something then. Oh, Boop stuck his hands out and angeled that from him, and now he's going to clear it. It's going to end up being probably in the hands of Avantera by the looks of it. He's going to look for his option now. A nice, smart pass back. Unfortunately, hits the block before it hits Boop, but he knows his bounces, and he will get it again. Goes up to Afantera, who's going to try and find Viatrax from the ceiling. Firetrek's not able to move up. I don't think that bounced quite as much as they wanted to. Great punch out there. That means Boop's going to have control of the disc again. Affentera is in his little bird's nest. Goes for a shot. Dings it. This is probably the longest we've seen from these teams without a goal.
It's been over a minute. Jesus.
It has. It's build up versus build up. Boop's selling more. He loves doing that selling. Oh, Sundance intercepts it, but he holds it a little too long. Firetrek's is on a good place to score, and he does, which means we finally have got some points coming, and that is going to be in favour of Gravity. But yeah, hold your breath a bit there. That was quite back and forth.
That was. What you know what I want to see from Boop. Like I want to see him change it up now, because he has been. I don't think he's been taking a clean shot at all in these games. So I wanted to see him go for a shot, because people know by now. Like he's gonna fake one or two first. So just
but yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, right now he's not faking shots; he's faking passes, and he's throwing people in position because he knows these guys, they intercept well, right? By selling them. Oh no, Sundance didn't manage to get his hand on that disc, which means Boop will. No, now Viretrex will, but he's not going to take the shot. Of course he's not. He's going to look for Boop instead. Who finds him? Who finds Viretrex again? Who does take the shot this time? And now it's 2.0 for Gravity.
Can I real quick get you to leave the call?
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. There we go. I think it's fixed now. There we go.
Okay. Was it all jarring?
No, just a little bit weird.
Okay.
But it should be fixed, and with that we have a 0-4 to Gravity. Only 3 minutes and 23 seconds left now. Gravity, of course, if you're just joining, just won the first one. So if they win this one, they're gonna win out the whole game.
Indeed, they are, and it's gonna be Sundance now, who's going to be QBing as usual for his team. Manages to find Torrin, who's going to look back at Ambient, I should imagine. Does indeed. Torrin is the most aggressive at the moment, as he's pushed up the most. He's there as that would have been an opportunity maybe for a backboard, but they're not going to try anything like that, although they probably need to at this stage. He's on the shield, ready to take the shot, and he goes for the backboard instead, and Torrin puts it away. I would probably say he didn't need to do that pass to the back. I would say he pushed off. He's got an entire goal to himself, +1 keeper. But Backlash go for the safe, and it worked. So who am I to say?
It gave them a couple of points, but it did also give possession to Gravity straight from the start. And I feel like it's dangerous to do that on a 2-pointer. I know you gotta get the points. You have to get the points, but I would rather get that on a 3-pointer to only have them 1 point ahead. But yeah, it is a tough position that Ouroboros is in right now.
Fast left from Affentera. Fast shot from Boop. It's a ding, unfortunately. But he is the one that's in possession, but the disc floats down. It's punched out as well. The disc is wild at the moment. That should be Torrens, but it's an awkward bounce, which means it's actually going to end up in Affentera's hands. He's going to clear it back down to Boop, who manages to find Viretrex, but Sundance punches him out, which means Backlash Ouroboros are back in possession. But no, Viretrex punches him out, takes the shot and gets it. That is the aggression that you can get from Viretrex.
And that was a 3-pointer as well, so that means they're just way ahead.
That's the thing. But there's a reason why being able to punch people out as aggressive as you can is sometimes very, very good. Yeah. And no one is going to say that Viretrex isn't one of, if not the best brawler in Europe for that. And if you end up with the disc at the end of that brawl, if it's a situation where that guy is in front of his goal and he's got it, that's an easy 3 every day.
Yeah, and I mean he gotta have to hit the shot there, and he did that as well. So
absolutely,
in the end, that was a fantastic play from him. He's really a better player than everyone gives him credit for. Not everyone, but most people give him credit for.
We're gonna need some high risk, high reward play from Ouroboros now, which we don't often see. They're gonna have to change it from the safe if they were gonna want to do anything. But that was a nice finish and a nice pass, and they're only 3 points behind now. I just don't see 3-pointers ever coming from this team. That's the problem. Right now, to be honest with you, you're only ever going to see 2-pointers from Backlash because I often see the goal is open and I'm watching them just pass around each other and stuff. And all of them are decent enough to get 3-pointers. They just tend to not.
Yeah, they don't go for them.
Maybe this is the time.
They want to get the goal, so they're going for the 2-pointers, a little bit riskier 3-pointer, and it is the wrong decision in this. Like in this game here, because you need the point no matter what.
Good interception. But Viretrex again with the punch. Oh, it's a dog, but he gets punched. That would have been another 3-point opportunity for them. Torren has got the disc. He knows he's got no one pressuring, but number 24, Mr. Terror, is waiting, but it doesn't matter because he ends up getting punched out anyway. That was almost in from Viatrax. That would have been a nice shot. Sundance holding it for a little bit too long, cut his own options off. Terror is there to collect that mistake. Brings it down for Boop. He goes for the back shot, but unfortunately hits the shield. He's probably going to be the first one there again. A nice little back touch to Viatrax, who was ready for it, and gets it collected down. And there's those little touches like that that put this team at the top at the moment, because that was nice. Nice pass down to Terror, who can calmly and collectively just finish that easily.
You know what? If Gravity gets one more goal here without Ouroboros getting another goal,
done.
This game is more or less over, because we haven't seen Ouroboros take 2 goals in a row.
No, we haven't. And the problem with Ouroboros is this. They have found something that they are incredible at doing. I'm not going to take that from them. The problem is they're not focusing ever on their weaknesses. They just want to polish their strength, and that is their issue. They need to work on these weaknesses and make that a potential strength. If they continue to just refine this pass play, they're never going to be a top team. They need to. But they're such good passers. If they refine this other thing, they could do so much damage. But it's not my decision, and Sundance right now is looking for his pass, but he mispasses it, which means Gravity are going to have it. It's probably a slightly unnecessary clear, but right now it doesn't matter because it still works out in their favor. Afantera has it. Oh, and it's almost in, but not quite. Ambient's going to end up with it. He's going to back pass back to Torren. He's going to find his Sundance, who's now going to... I mean, this is where a clear and boost would happen, but not around Gravity. You've got to stay away from the blue people, and it looks like Viatrax is going to be the first one there. Boop overtaking him, but he's on his own team, so that's not a problem. Sometimes way too slow to cause Boop any problems, and even gets punched out himself. Bit of a miss pass down to Afantera, which means the disc is now free. It's a clear and boost race. Oh, and Gravity lose that race, but they don't lose the fight, which means Afantera will still score. That's game then, isn't it?
Yeah, that is game, and especially since a minute had gone by here. There's 23 seconds left. Ouroboros just need too many goals. I mean, that is even for let's say Synergy, who look quite aggressive. This would be a tough position to be in.
This would be a hold your breath kind of moment, even if you had an aggressive team. But this is the least aggressive team in terms of attacking in Europe, in my opinion. And so where it's not going to work out for him. I mean, even then he held it for a second. Boop, unable to pull off that 3-pointer, but Viatrax was there to gently tap it in, and this is a game. This is done. But you know what? It was more or less close enough at moments to build up to the point. Like, we didn't reach this score in the first 4 minutes.
No, we didn't. And I mean, yeah, as you said, let's not take too much away from Ouroboros. They are still fantastic at passing, and they have a lot of good qualities about them. They just need to...
with absolutely no doubt, yeah. They're a great team. They're a great team. The only reason I mention it is because of all the teams that I play with and I see, this is the team that seem to concentrate on, adding another 5% to their 90% of defense rather than another 30% that they could be working towards on their weakness, if you see what I mean. I mean, it might be a strange way to put it out there, and maybe they just straight up disagree. But from my point of view, and I know a couple of other people agree, that is where they falter in most of their games. Their slow play, build up is a great thing when they're winning, and it's a great thing when they're drawing. It's not a great thing when they're losing, and I don't see many shock recoveries from Backlash. In fact, if we were to somehow pull up some statistics, I'm sure you would see that their comebacks are probably weaker than these more aggressive teams, because they just don't have a strat for that, or if they do, we haven't seen it.
It's when you're that good at something, trying to get better at it gives diminishing returns. You need, like, I can't remember the specific quote, but basically, when you get to around 80%, let's say, you really shouldn't be, like, 80% of what you feel is possible for yourself, you shouldn't be working anymore on that. You should get your other abilities better. You should get your finishing better. You should get your defense better. You should get your, what happens if we're just in midfield and we don't know, like, we don't have the disc? What the hell do we do? Like these sort of thing needs to be better. And I
Absolutely.
think if they have, as you said before, and as we discussed before, a trainer or someone that could be like, hey, get this done.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's up to them to determine what their weaknesses are. A lot of teams
Yeah.
don't even necessarily know it's their weakness. In any case, that's all the teams. I mean, we've got another, that's all the teams that we're going to see today. That was the 5th round, right?
That was the 5th round indeed, and for the scores that have come in, only 2 of them have come in. Kick Puppies 1-2-0 over One Hit Wonders. No big surprise there. Ouroboros 2-0 to Gravity. Oh, sorry, 0-2 to Gravity. No big surprise there either. Of course, In Your Face. No, sorry, Synergy and Smash Dash is being streamed. Stars vs Mariachis. Mariachis probably will win that out. Team Braindead vs Polaris. No, that's the one that's being streamed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Braindead vs Polaris being streamed. Synergy vs Smash Dash. I'm guessing Synergy will win there.
So, do we need to hang around for this, or do you or?
Let's take let's take a couple of minutes to see if we can get some of the scores in there. But if not, we will close it out. So, the question really at the end of every tournament, I feel, is what were you surprised by?
What was I surprised by? I was surprised by Kicked Puppies the most. Slyn is a very good player, but he seems, in my opinion, and I would not want to offend him, but he seems to play better with newer players that are kind of inexperienced and under his level than people who are more akin to his own level. Maybe I don't know why that is, but all I know is that when you give Slyn 2 new guys or 2 players that are on paper that are weaker than him, he just seems to just come alive. I don't know why. Just something in him just makes him play better. But in any case, them as a team did fantastic. Troy and Lewis, I'm really proud of those guys because I've been playing with them a lot recently, and they're the type of players, especially Lewis, that will just come up to me at the end and just be like, "What can we do better? What do we need to change?
Yeah.
What can I do?" If you've got that attitude in this game, good luck, because you're off to the moon, mate. Like if your attitude in this game is tell me what I'm doing wrong, then you are, rather than being like I'm gonna get amazing at 3-pointers and I want to get more shots done, then you've got the right attitude. So yeah, to be honest with you, Kick Puppies surprised me. I think everything else was pretty much standard. I mean, Gravity match, Synergy played pretty much completely on form. Gravity didn't. So that went, if you think about it, as expected in that scenario, right?
Yeah. In that, yeah, it was expected of Gravity to win. It's more or less always expected of Gravity to win. And yeah, I think it was just a weird first matchup. What's the thing there? It was just, you never expect the top 2 teams to go in the first round.
Yeah, that's what happens, Atomic Fox, when I'm trying to talk and also watch another stream. So that's my fault. That's where all my yums and ums and ums and yeahs come from.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Well, you know what, Boop? You're gonna get your rematch. You're gonna get your rematch next week. And,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the difference between Synergy and Gravity and in terms of playstyle is very contrasting. It really is. However, I think if both teams are on form, I'm going to give my edge to Gravity. Just because,
Oh, for sure.
they're more established, their individual plays and stuff like that, I will. However, the specifics of playing to your full strength, it just doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen.
It's I think with Gravity, if you say like if everyone from Gravity plays at full capacity, they're gonna win. I mean, because they are. I would say they're the best attacker, the best defender, and the best support player in the world right now. But it's that meta around.
I mean, it's very hard to assess next to the Americans, and I would say, like, I don't have enough experience with the Americans to clarify that. I will say that Affantera is the best defender in Europe when he plays like he wants to play, especially at LAN. I've always said that Boop is the best attacker, And I won't. Any American can say, "Oh well, Simeon or whoever." You're just not going to take this from me. It won't happen. And if we got like a 2-week LAN event where we got to do enough mixed scrims, I think even the Americans would end up agreeing. Viatrax is a support player. I feel like there's a lot more support players in America than there are in Europe. I honestly feel like that's the main. Yeah, I honestly like. The general thing that Viatrax does in Gravity, you see a lot more of that. I feel in America, so it's a very hard contest to sort of say he's the best at that. He's the best at that in Europe, 100% though.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, the reason I say
says in this game, what are you? Are you a striker or are you a defender? And Viatrax is like, well, I can't save goals and I can't score them, so I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, like Viatrax has got, but you know, Viatrax is still.
He's got that spatial intelligence.
He does, and when I've played with him and stuff, because me and him are very, you know, I always thought that I needed to play like Boot, but to be honest with you, I play a lot more like Viatrax. So I'd like, if I was to be on another team now, I'd need a Nillywick or a Boop on my side so that I could be feeding that as much as possible, because much like Lego, much like Gecko, much like Viatrax, my shooting, it will either go in or it won't, and that could be from the tunnel or whatever. Like, you just can't bet on it. And players like Nillywick and Boop, you can put your money on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. But what was I saying? I was saying something. Doesn't really matter.
Either way, I'm just so hyped for the next Synergy Boot. Next Synergy Boot. There you go.
Next Synergy Boot.
Next
Synergy versus
Gravity. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I honestly think it can go either way. You know. So
yeah, I think Joe. Of course, we should make this clear. Now, the way you qualify in this new format is a little bit weird. So there are basically four qualifying spots for each region. The first 3 weeks of the tournaments, you collect points in the tournaments, and the person that is at the top will be qualified, or the team that is at the top will get qualified. The second 3-week segment, this will happen again, although this time it is the top 2. Then there is a last tournament qualifier. So we have 3 tournaments, and then a last chance qualifier where one team again will go on, and then we will have our finals at Leicester. I can't remember the date, but in 5 weeks, something like that. So that is how we'll qualify. So we'll actually see next week who will qualify, both from combat and from both from combat and from arena. So we'll see that next week, and then we'll have a little bit more. My prediction, I think, is probably Gravity, since, I mean, that's a safe choice, right?
I'm taking my prediction off the table. I'll tell you what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Synergy or Gravity. I'm not, like, we can debate on paper, like, who's the better team, all you want. But at the end of the day, I've seen Synergy and Gravity not play to their full potential in these games now, which means either or none of them could do that in the qualifier. It really depends on which team turns up. The problem is that both teams are good enough now that if one underperforms, that's going to be not an easy win. It's going to be a win for the other team, and that's how it works now. And that's the problem when you play at the top level, where the abilities of the team are not that different. The only thing I would say is very different is the strategy, or rather the tactics that Gravity adopts over Synergy. You've got a kind of more akin to Aftershock clear and boost team from Synergy, and then you've got a more controlled pass and play, more akin to Backlash on Gravity, and both of them can do either, but one seems to favor the other, and it we'll see which one of those ends up favoring which team next week.
I should
there's no doubt both of these guys are going to be the first 2 qualified anyway. It's just a case of who's going to be first.
I should say it's not a qualifier next week. It is just, when the cup has finished, we see who has the most points and they've qualified. So that's how it's a qualifier
for a qualifier, though, isn't it? Isn't it like last year? Like
maybe I think it is.
Last year it was basically you had to qualify for
that's right. Yeah,
you got the basically top 4 teams.
Yeah, you get the.
Put that monkey wink away. I'm not used to seeing you with an emote, and you've got a little cheeky monkey wink. And
God.
you know what, actually, Boop, you should use that more often because that actually summarizes your actual in real life grin, and that will probably damper down some of the things that you say.
It's really creepy though.
It's not creepy. It's just a little chimp that's got with a little wink. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's just weird to see him doing emoticons. To be honest,
it's weird seeing a chimp.
Why is it weird to see the chimp? It's not
because a chimp can rip your arm off if it wants to.
Well,
and I don't want to see a thing like that winking at me.
What horrible experience have you had at a zoo recently? And I know you go to them a lot. You told me this already.
I do, but
literally you see a cute little monkey winking. You're like, that chimpanzee could rip my arms off.
The chimpanzee can rip my arms off. I mean, it's not because I've seen it rip the arm of a zookeeper. I just know it can.
Boop, stop it. You know,
God
next,
damn it.
you're going to say something like poggers.
Oh,
and it's
no.
going to make me feel sick.
Oh, yeah,
Don't do
lol.
that.
L-U-L. We love that
That's
one.
more like it. That monkey matches you a lot better, Boop. Stick with that one.
But in any case, we will see next week. Now, what has happened this week? We have a lot of the scores in, so I will just read those off. Kick Puppies, yeah, we know. In your face, 2-0 over Next Gen. Soyuz lost to Mariachis, no big surprise there. We still have Synergy versus Smash Dash and Team Braindead versus Polaris. They will be streamed, not the Synergy match, but that is how that is. So we will see that at the end. We have the link for the thing. I will just post that in chat because we will probably go offline in just a little bit.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the end of the Team Braindead versus Polaris right now, and this just in, it's a round each to both teams, and it's 2-2 with 2 minutes left to go
Jesus.
in the third round. So this one is really neck and neck. So this is Martin's team versus Gecko's team. So it's very, very interesting stuff. Feel free to go over and check that out.
Yep,
but
it is
I
in
will
the
swear to
chat.
God, I will throw up on my leg if you ever pull those faces again.
That's not. I mean, he shouldn't be afraid of that.
God. I really wanted to be casting that game. I'm so upset. Is it illegal to cast within a cast? Am I allowed to be like...
I mean, it's socially illegal.
like, to mute it and just talk over these guys? Like, man, it's so exciting.
It is socially illegal.
Polaris are now up by another 2 points. So, it's interesting.
Oh, yeah, and I can't see it, unfortunately. So, I think... reported.
Watch out, Fox. Atomic Fox. Atomic Fox. Just keep saying her name. She doesn't like it.
Atomic Fox?
Don't do Atomic Fox with a C.
Atomic.
So you have to overemphasize the Fox. That's what you get for reporting me Fox.
Although that sounds kind of dirty.
Fox you? Is that Fox you? Atomic Fox you? I can't read that. I think it's all I see is Atomic Fox. So
Atomic
wow.
Fox.
Wait, I have a
Report
return.
you right back. I don't know.
Take one of those bad boys. Oh, it's 4-4. I can't leave until this game is over because I really want to discuss the result of that one, regardless. So we have to see this one out. We really, really do. And did you know that the week of my birthday, I have decided for my own treat to myself to come out of keto so I can eat food and enjoy life again. So I had a Big Mac earlier, and oh my God, was that good! Heavenly, that was nice. Whew.
I mean, of all the foods in the world
Yes.
to go out of keto on, you choose a Big Mac.
Yeah, but I'm staying out of keto for like 5 days, so I'm gonna punish the out of my body for that. Don't worry about it.
But don't you want a real juicy, delicious, gigantic burger?
Yeah,
rather
but I
than
didn't
a
have
Big
much
Mac?
time because we were doing this. But there's plenty of time for that this week. Don't you worry about that. I will be punishing myself so much so that I if you don't eat so much that you hate yourself, then it's no good. It's no good. And it looks like Ravel just got a 3-pointer and may have just sealed the game for his guys' team. Apparently.
I can't watch that stream because that stream
Should
goes
have had
at...
a fiery buffalo rap. Boop, you even wrote that in the wrong stream. I'm not having a fiery buffalo rap. That time has passed. Dipty was going to buy me one. She never did. And now I'm past it. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Unless I get bought one of those at LAN, which is going to be bad because at least I can run off the camera and cry if I eat it on a stream or whatever. But if I have to do it live, I'm stuck. begging for
mean-
milk or something.
Okay, just ran the wrong stream. Yeah, it did. Yeah, that stream goes at like 1 frame every 3 seconds for me, so I can actually watch it.
Yeah, I look. Oh, it looks. Honestly, it looks like it was a really close one. Martin's team, I've basically lost this 2-1 to a 1-3.0, which is kind of sad. But right now he's gonna hold the disc forever. Oh my God! No way! Oh my God! Why are we not streaming this one? I was wrong. Al Pacino punched out Infiltrate punched out the person in goal, and then Martin took a 3. Holy moly! Oh man! Now it's 7-7. It doesn't matter. 65 people are watching that, and only like 2 people have this left on. So I'm not breaking any rules, all right? This is technically not casting. I am an observer that happens to be on stream right now. Isn't that right, Malone?
I don't know.
Why are you on your phone to your lawyer? Chill. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. This is all Malone's idea.
Hey. I don't have
Horses
ideas,
eat what?
okay?
Oh man, that one's going to overtime. Okay, that's gonna be good. And I'm sure you should all be watching that stream right now.
I can't watch it while I'm streaming, and I'm still streaming, damn it.
Why can't you watch it?
Well, because I don't have that much bandwidth.
Oh right, would you like me to describe it to you, like one of those audible things that you get in the cinemas for people that can't hear? Because I can do that if you want.
No. Just,
The disc is being. Oh my God, what are they doing with the? Okay, never mind. I can't say that. Anyway,
the disc is being, oh my God.
well, like there's some very interesting. Nope, I'm not gonna. I have discipline. I have restraint. So it looks like
The stream
Polaris.
logs in a bit, so.
Oh, Finity did a pizza flick back pass. Oh man, this game looks hype. Looks really hype. I haven't watched the rest of it to know what happened for this to work out this way, but it does look like Polaris are going to win this if they get this last attack going on. Travels in position. Guy under the goal. Infiltrate's got to win this. Oh, it's over! Martin sinks a 2.0. It's 2-1 to Martin's team. Oh man, that was exciting. Which means we have got all the results, which was the
Almost.
only reason I was watching it. So
We still need Synergy. No, we don't. Okay, so Synergy versus Smash and Dash ends up in a 2-1 to Synergy. And it sounds like a very exciting match have concluded.
Synergy, Smash Dash took a round from Synergy. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Good for them.
That's good. But Polaris to win 2-1 over Team Braindead.
Right, I got it. Well, if that's the case, then we know everything that happened.
We did do. We do.
We do. Wicked.
People don't
right,
think
well,
it'd be like this, but it do. So, have you seen that? It's attributed now.
So what's that look like in terms of ranking? That means, if this is correct, Cup is finished. In first place with 5 wins, it's Synergy. They've gone from 6th place to 1st. Second place with 4 wins and 1 loss to that team Synergy is Team Gravity. Third place, 3 wins and 2 losses is Ouroboros. 4th place this week with 3 wins and 2 losses is Kicked Puppies. 5th place is Team Braindead with 3 wins and 2 losses.
a chef
joint
place.
5th place, I beg your
Jesus.
pardon, with Polaris, who seems to make no sense. Surely that would put them anyway. Whatever. That would put. I mean, they're joint 5th place, but they played each other and Polaris won, so they. What? Okay. Anyway.
Tiebreak system's weird.
It really, really is. That makes no sense. If the tiebreaker comes down to between you and a team and you beat that team, how are you not? Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I'm not good at this. Smash Dash are 7th place this time rather than 3rd from last. That Russian name are 8th with 2 wins and 3 losses. Mariachis, 2 wins, 3 losses. In Your Phase, 2 wins, 3 losses. 10th place. One Hit Wonders with 1 win and 4 losses. And Next Gen, who I imagine got beaten by One Hit Wonders, are 12th place with no wins and 5 losses, and that is everything. That is all.
Exactly.
Right.
So, Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to stream. It's been quite an exciting cup all around. I think there's been a lot of we've gotten a lot of the good games. Unfortunately, the last one we didn't get the game we wanted, but we still got a good game. Our boys did show up. Team Gravity just showed up a little bit harder. So
that's right. That's right. Thanks very much for having me, Malaran. I will see you next Sunday.
I believe so.
Our first actual game that's gonna matter, right?
Well, no, they've all mattered. They've all mattered.
Yeah, but matter because this one's gonna matter because of the See you later, mate.
What?
All right. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
Okay, yeah.
Great games, and well done for everyone that did amazing.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to stream for you. And next week, Saturday, we'll be here. Sunday, we'll be here again. So come back, do click follow, then you'll get a notification every time. So that is easy. We'll also do it in the Discord. But anyways, it has been lovely. Have a good night. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.